Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So in front of us is the latest generation for the Ram 3500 Limited MegaCab. It's finished off in billet silver, and we'll go over the MSRP once we go over all the specs and features and get this massive truck out on the road. So let's start off with what powers this MegaCab, because there's a few different engine options that you can go with. This has the most expensive, right around a $12,000 option for this 6.7 liter inline 6-cylinder high output turbo diesel. It is paired to an 8-speed automatic transmission, pumping out 420 horsepower and 1,075 pound-feet of torque. That power is primarily sent to the rear wheels. However, this does have the 4-wheel drive system, or in this case with the dually, the 6-wheel drive system. It weighs in right around 6,800 pounds. It'll do 0 to 60 in just under 8 seconds. Top speed is 94 miles an hour. You can also get up to a 50-gallon fuel tank. And as far as MPG goes, you're looking right around 12.5 miles combined between city and the highway. That is not the purpose of this truck. This is meant for towing, which we will get into here later. So let's take a look at the exterior styling now, where this does have the Nightfall Edition package. So pretty much everything is blacked out, all the emblems and logos that you will see, minus the Ram badge front and center. This does have a forward-facing camera, which is of course helpful, and a lot of cutouts in that grille to provide cooling to that engine. It also has the LED headlights, DRLs, and turn signals. And as you'll notice, for this model here, it has a lot of aftermarket accessories like the full steel front bumper with the fog lights, the parking sensors, even a winch system, and then gloss black on that bull bar, just to match in a little bit nicer with that grille. Plenty of lines coming down the hood too, just to tie it in nicely. Such a massive truck, but it has a good presence to it. For the side, this has an aftermarket set of wheels and tires. It also has the BDS suspension with the Fox shocks. All of the logos, like I mentioned earlier, are blacked out. Full roof rack with all of the lighting. So if you're using this truck at night, you pretty much are bringing the sun with you. Massive tow mirrors with a camera system, turn signal, even a spotlight too. And then you can quickly lower these. So if you're not towing, or you just feel like flexing and having them up and out, gives you a lot more visibility when you have a trailer behind the back. With the MegaCab, you can see just how massive this truck is. Nice lines running down the side, pretty smooth fender flares, both front and rear. This also has power side steps, and then very, very large fenders for this rear bed. You can see just how wide they poke out. Of course, because of the dually there, they need to be able to cover those tires. Now for the rear, this has LED taillights, more black emblems, backup camera, body colored rear bumper with all the parking sensors there. This can also tow up to 35,000 pounds with a payload capacity of 6,000 pounds. So if you're buying this truck, hopefully you are using this truck to its full potential. Now let's take a listen to this dually, because it does have remote start, very easy to use. And especially for a diesel, very helpful to have that warmed up and ready to go. We can move on to the tailgate now, where you can double tap this button and you will see that open up. And this has a full spray-in bed liner, all the tie-down hooks, some auxiliaries on that driver's side, even cargo lights too, and a lightweight tailgate. So that is easy to close, and you can see the mounts for the fifth wheel to get that maximum towing capacity. Now for the MegaCab, you'll be surprised at how much space you have for your backseat passengers. Now the door panel here, very nice with all the leather, the wood trim, the stitching, the double stacked area there for storage, as well as one of the speakers. And with that power side step and grab handle, makes it very easy to jump up into this truck, where you'll see more of the leather for these heated rear seats, all of the piping, very nice design to them. And at 5'10", I really don't have any complaints with the amount of room. Very spacious in the back. We have air vents, cup holders, auxiliaries, so you can charge electronics there. Even an armrest with 2 cup holders there if you need to use them. And plenty of visibility. It's a massive truck, very easy to see in all directions. And what I love about the back seats too is not only do they recline, but you can actually fold this seat flat by pulling this latch on the right side of that headrest there. So you can see that fold down, and then you have additional storage space behind the seat. So that goes all the way to the passenger side. But you can also take this a step further and actually fold this seat even flatter, so you can have a nice flat surface in the entire back area. If you need to use this for more interior storage, you have the option to do that. Front door panels finish off just like the rear. These are power folding side mirrors, so you have those adjustments, all of the window controls too. All 4 corners get a grab handle, which is of course nice for the size of this truck. And then for the steering wheel, you'll see solid leather along with all of the wood trim. We have cruise, adaptive cruise control settings. You can adjust what gear you are in. On this left side, Bluetooth and voice commands. Let's fire this back up though, so we can go through the rest of this information. So we have all those arrows here. And you'll see for the gauge cluster, left side has the tach and the engine temperature. Right side has the fuel level there, along with your miles per hour. And you can also go through a lot more information within this middle. So you can pull up all of these vitals here, just depending on what you would like to see. You can look at a lot of these vitals. You can even go into your TPMS, look at your gauge summary there. You have hours, very helpful to quickly pull those up. You have your drivetrain. You can look at your steering angle too, even the pitch and roll. You can pull up the cruise control settings there, along with fuel economy, your trip distances. You can even pull up your trailering system. So when you have one hooked up and ready to go, you can monitor all of that. You can pull up your audio, look at any messages you may have. And under your screen setup, you can go into the upper left, the upper right, even the lower left and lower right, and monitor set up what you would like in each of those corners, depending on what is most important to you. And then the last one, you have commercial settings, which I'm not exactly sure what you can do there. And then back to the speedometer. Over on this left side, you'll see all of the headlight adjustments, dimmer switches for the gauges, more leather and wood trim. We have the Harman Kardon sound system, a little bit of storage space with that 12 volt. And you have a lot more settings to go through in this vertical design for the infotainment system. So we can go under home, where you can see navigation along with music currently. You can also configure this as you would like to. You can get into your media, go into your climates. So you have your temperature dials, heated and ventilated seats, heated steering wheel, fan speed, and other buttons down below. You can also pull up the navigation in full screen, go through your phone when that is paired. And then under vehicle, you have a lot more settings here to go through, just depending on how you'd like everything to be set up. We can also go into the off-road, where you can look at your steering angle along with some gauges, and then your pitch and roll. So it's just like the gauge cluster, just a little bit larger, of course. And then we can also go back into some more controls here and back to the settings there. There's also various apps that you can go into, just depending on what you'd like to use. And you can actually shut the screen off. So if you just like it to be calm, you can do that. And then on both sides, we have the temperature dials. There's also where you'd like there to go, fan speed, and some restart controls on that right side. This also has lane keeping assist and then traction control, which is just above that. Now there's a physical button for power and volume for the radio. And then underneath that, you will see the trailer braking system, all of these auxiliaries. You could hook up the lights that you saw on the top of the windshield there. There's a tow and haul mode, the exhaust braking, and then the sensors that you can turn on and off as well. On this left side, there's the four-wheel drive selectors, and then this does have the column-mounted shifter. So if I put this into reverse, you will see that camera system up here. We can also go to the forward-facing camera now, where you have plenty of visibility. You even have different angles to see what's behind you, including the side mirrors. So you can go all the way out to both sides and really give yourself a ton of visibility with what's behind you and where you are driving. You can even go to just one side or the other, and then you have a few in the back like I just showed. So you have a few more here that you can go into as well, and it's really nice to have those set up and ready to go. Drive is going to be all the way down, of course, and then park is back up to the top. Now underneath that, there's a few more auxiliaries along with a wireless charging pad, and you have two cup holders in the center compartment here with a little bit of storage just behind that. You can also slide this forwards and backwards. So if you need more space up front, you have the 3-prong outlet and a little bit of space to the left, or you need a little bit more in the center armrest, you can adjust that as needed. Now you will see Limited on the armrest, where you have a good amount of storage in the upper section, and then for the lower section you have a lot more room. There's also that max fill line, so if you go above that you won't be able to slide this. So if you stay underneath it, you can move this. There's even a tab here that you can flip up, and that way you can keep those items from rolling all the way back. There's also a conversion diagram underneath that. And then for the passenger, you get 2 glove boxes, a little bit of storage up top, and a lot more in the lower section there. Now this has a sunroof with the automatic or the manual adjusting sunshade. You have all the controls for that sunroof up in the top. You can also deploy the tailgate. We have the rear glass that you can slide, all the dome lights. There's a sunglass holder too, which is very convenient. And this even has the camera system for the rear view mirror. So that gives you even additional visibility out of the back. So that way you don't have to stare or see any items here, especially if you have some items in the bed there. You might be able to see them there because the camera is at the top. But either way, it gives you a lot more visibility, especially for the size. So let's go ahead, get this MegaCab out on the road. So let's give it another acceleration. And we're up to speed. Pretty impressive for the weight of this truck again. But now you can see what it's like to be behind the wheel from the driver's seat in an $80,000 Ram. I don't think a lot of people ever expected a Ram to cost that much, but over the years there's been a lot more technology, a lot more accessories, a lot more capabilities, like I've already gone over in today's video. But a view from up here, and I don't think I'll be able to convey how wide this really is from this angle, but we can at least go to this cul-de-sac so you can see the turning radius and how maneuverable it is for a truck of this size. I think all the camera systems are very important to have, even the camera system, which a lot more cars are incorporating into that rear view mirror, which I think is helpful. But you can see kind of a normal cul-de-sac here, and being able to turn the wheel, I think that was 2.5 times. I don't think we're going to have to back up. We're just getting to the edge there, but it feels like it's a very maneuverable truck for its size. So I think that's obviously a big plus, where you're not just able to turn the wheel, you know, half a turn and you got to make multiple turns. You still have to do that, but it's hard to convey. It seems like it's very maneuverable, even though it's huge. So for $80,000, do you think that is too much for this Ram? I think with all the tech and everything that it has to offer, especially its towing, you pretty much, if you want to be able to tow that, you have to go with this. Of course, there's other manufacturers that you could go with too, but if you want a Ram, you want a MegaCab, you can have full-size adults in here. If this is your work truck and you need that practicality for extra people and you want to make them comfortable, you could take this on a long drive if you need to. You're going from site to site or picking up whatever it may be. Even your backseat passengers have heated seats. This is a pickup truck and it's luxurious like some SUVs would be. So very impressive to see that. And of course, with this one having some extra goodies on it, I think you're getting a pretty cool truck for that money. Let's do one last acceleration for today's video though. Mild on the accelerator. And it feels pretty solid. It doesn't feel like it floats or anything in the steering for its weight there. But that's gonna wrap it up for the latest generation for the Ram 3500 Limited MegaCab. Huge shout out to Carolina Auto Direct for providing this truck. Check out their website, give this video a huge thumbs up, and smash that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our daily uploads. And I will see you all in the next video.